Market conditions moving back to bullish in this bull market. Current bull market rank sitting at 26.12. That number represents this area on the momentum line. We can certainly see that we are in the upper end of this momentum trend that we've had now for a couple of years as we're moving higher. Shorter term, we're continuing to see S&P 500 break out to new highs, seeing momentum shifting back up. We're maintaining that bullish trend location, also seeing breadth holding a solid in that momentum location as well. Sentiment is getting a little bit of a pop back to the upside. It had kind of been trending a little bit lower here, so still have some bullish undertones as well, but not really strong quite yet. We're also seeing buy-sell ratio sitting at 0.83, which has bears in control as far as the buy-sell ratio breadth indicator. We're also seeing S&P 500 moving up above and breaking out of this price range that we had been talking about here and holding above that 570 range. We'll see if that continues, but now we've moved back up into a new price zone, and this now becomes a support area that is going to be tested, obviously, and this 564 area potentially could be tested as well if we retrace. So we've got a couple of different levels on the upside that should hold out as support for us on S&P 500. If we jump over to sectors, we're still kind of seeing a little bit of that softness overall in sectors, but we have got a couple of areas that are shifting back and forth into that hold and that buy range, but we've got more moving back into that short-term uptrend and then also getting a little bit more into the buy range. We'll see if that overall trend continues here as well. We're seeing gold continuing to perform well towards that upside. It's softening inside of this momentum zone, pulling all the way back to that 238 range on GLD. It's still going to be considered an overall uptrend, but we're just counter trending, just retracing some of that. This becomes that acceptable range of retracement, acceptable range of volatility. Once that starts to break down, then we run the risk of trend shift starting to happen, or at least more time taking place in a counter trend before it advances the trend. So keep an eye on that 238 level on GLD. Also watching silver SLV, which is also retraced, pulled back into that corrective zone. The 236 acts as a momentum zone. We want to see the momentum continuing here. Once that breaks down, it becomes a corrective or counter trend zone. It's still bullish, but it's just deeper in that retracement and gets into this retracement or corrective box where we can still find some support here or find some support at the 50% or find some support at that 618. But it can take some time for that to happen and find that support. And you have to wait for that additional confirmation, which just takes longer for those overall uptrends to develop. So once we start to get some of these trends that are moving back into these hold ranges, we start to lose some of that momentum, and that is certainly noteworthy on whether it's a commodity stock, index, it doesn't matter, same idea. We are seeing USO, which is working its way towards that upside. You can see the strength of this last move. It's pulled back into retracement. It's still on this timeline, on this 6-month time frame, still in a downtrend, but it's working on reversing that downtrend. So now we're back into bullish momentum, but we just haven't had that trend shift happening just because we still are in really an overall downtrend on that time frame. But again, it's working to try and break that up. Keep an eye on USO, oil, and stocks that are around that space. You can also look those up if you go to sectors, go to the sector scan, and then you can look for oil and energy, and then look for, even from here, individual sectors that you may want to be looking at: oil and exploration stocks, integrated, alternate energy, solar, different things in that space as well. Let's jump over to muscle stocks and take a quick look here. We've got INSG, which is giving a nice confirmation bar, some increased volume here, bouncing off of that 236, again, that momentum location, and has been a pretty high flyer here for the last year, moving from $3 to $20. So something interesting for sure happening. It's a smaller cap stock, only 200 million on market cap, which can certainly add some volatility there as well. Some other bigger names though, we've got ARM, which is in the chip space. Also, we're seeing some of those those chip names with a similar pattern, working out of these deep counter trend moves and starting to try to attempt at more uptrend. We're also seeing some other bigger names like Spotify, which is still in momentum. You're also seeing it holding up in that range and getting a new confirmation bar. Nothing overly exciting on that price pattern there, but nonetheless one to be aware of. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.